To begin with, I want to share one picture with you. This is a picture. In Korea, every Christmas season, there is a huge Christmas tree with the light at the Stafford Library in Korea, Seoul. Especially, there are many people to see this Christmas tree and light, even from all over the world. Especially, I visited here last week, and when I saw this Christmas tree and light, it reminds me of our Christian life. As you can see in the picture, people come and take pictures to remember the light here at the Stafford Library. However, as a Christian, we are the light of the world. Therefore, I pray that all believers should shine their light as they live in this world. So I'm sure that our ordinary church congregations will be the one who shine their light to other people. Therefore, it will be more valuable light than the light at the Stafford Library. Especially today, we can find Jesus in our purpose of life. So let us meditate Jesus in our purpose of in Christian life once again. So let us read book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14 together. Ready, go. You are the light of the world. It cannot be hidden. Let us read one more time together. Book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. Ready, go. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. To begin with, let us find out the background of the passage today. Especially today's passage is well known as one of Jesus' sermons on the Mount. Sermon on the Mount. To be specific, Jesus taught how to live as Christians who decided to follow Jesus through his Sermon on the Mount. In other words, Jesus preached his sermon to his disciples who decided to follow and trust Jesus in their lives. Especially Jesus mentioned Christians' influence on believers in the passage today. One more time, Christians' influence on believers in the passage today. Therefore, John taught, he mentioned the purpose of Jesus. He said that the influence for good which Christian will exert in the community. Likewise, Jesus encouraged his disciples and other believers to give influence to other people in their lives. In other words, Jesus taught how to live as Christian to give influence to the world through the passage today. That's why it is important to remember the identity of Christian first before we live it out in this world. Therefore, Jesus proclaimed the identity of Christian in the passage today. So what is the identity? Especially, we should first remember the identity of Jesus before we get to know our identities. So who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? For example, let us read book of John chapter 8 and verse 12. Ready, go. Again, Jesus spoke to them saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Yes, Jesus is the light of the world. Especially Jesus used I am statement in order to introduce himself to other believers. Likewise, Jesus came to this world to give the light of life who are in darkness. Therefore, Jesus encouraged people to follow him in order to save themselves from the death of darkness. Unfortunately, there are many idols and sin against God in the world. Therefore, it was the same as the darkness without any hope. Therefore, Jesus encouraged people to follow him to receive the light of life. So the disciples and our believers also receive the light of life through Jesus. However, there is more of it. To be specific, Jesus did not only just give the light of life, but Jesus also wants his people to live as a light of the world as well. To live as a light of the world as well. Especially Christians or believers should live like Jesus in this world. Can you say together? Live like Jesus. One more time. Live like Jesus. In other words, the Christian should reflect on Jesus in this world in order to live as his disciples. Therefore, Jesus encouraged his disciples to remember their identities in order to live his disciples. Especially, we can find the identity of the believers from the passage today. So let us read Book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. Ready, go. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Yes, Jesus proclaimed the identity of the disciples, the believers. So what is it? Yes, they are the light of the world. Can you say together? Light of the world. As Jesus is the light of the world, his disciples, his believers also have the same identity as a light of the world. In other words, the disciples should live as a light of the world according to the sermon. Especially the light is in contrast with the darkness. Therefore, Jesus encouraged believers to live as the light, not the darkness in this world. So we should understand the darkness first. So what is the darkness? So according to Wikipedia, darkness is a condition resulting from a lack of illumination or absence of visible light. Likewise, the world was the same as the darkness before. Therefore, the city might be in darkness. However, if there is a light, there will be no longer darkness. That's why Jesus mentioned that a city set on a hill cannot be hidden because of the brightest light. Therefore, I have one question for everyone. So who is the light? Yes, Jesus used a metaphor, the light, in order to introduce the identity of his disciples. To be specific, the disciples, his believers, is the light of the world. Light of the world. Therefore, the believers should live as a light of the world. And it was not an option, but rather it was their calling to live as a light of the world. Especially as I mentioned earlier, the purpose of the light refers to giving the light of light. Therefore, Jesus also wanted his disciples to give the light to other people as give good influence to them in this world. Therefore, Jesus encouraged his disciples to continue to live as a light in the darkness. So I have one question. How can the believer live as a light of the world? For example, let us read Book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 16. Ready, go. In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Yes, the believers should let their light shine before others. Can you say it together? Let your light shine. Can you say each other? Say it together. Ready, go. Let your light shine. Yeah, let your light shine. So I have one more question for everyone. So how can the believer let their light shine? You can find the answer from verse 16. Let us read verse 16 one more time together. Ready, go. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Yes, when believers, disciples show their good works to other people, that it shines light on them. In other words, when they serve people with good works, then people will receive light from that. So what are the good works? What are the good works? Yes, it is good work for other people. For example, Justin Dillon, he mentioned good work. He said that good works are practical acts of love that meet people's needs. Likewise, he encouraged people to participate in good works to serve other people in love. Therefore, Jesus also encouraged his disciples, his believers, to serve other people with good works. However, there is more of it. When believers do good works, they should not do it for their own reputations or for receive their rewards or their own advantage. In other words, people should not do good works in order to receive any reward or reputation from them. Therefore, they should do good works not for themselves, but for God's glory. When they do good works for God's glory, people will see their light through their good works. Furthermore, people will see Jesus through us, since as we reflect His light in us. So His light overflows from believers to other people. So today, we meditate on Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. Yes, Jesus encouraged his disciples to live as a light of the world. Therefore, the disciples should let their light shine in this world. However, this sermon did not end yet, since it teaches us to live as Christians once again. We are the light of the world. Can you say it together? We are the light of the world. One more time. We are the light of the world. Yes, we are the light of the world. Jesus also calls us the light of the world. Especially this passage is not just for the disciples in the Bible, but it is written for us. So who are we? Yes, we are Jesus' followers and we are his disciples. Do you agree? Yes. Therefore, as we decide to follow Jesus, we should also live like Jesus. In other words, we should reflect the light in this world. Therefore, our role in this world is to live out as a light. One more time, our role in this world is to live out as a light. Especially, you can also find this role in the Old Testament. For example, let us read the book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 6. Ready, go. I am the Lord, I have called you in righteousness. I will take you by the hand and keep you. I will give you as a covenant for people, a light for nations. Light for nations. Likewise, God chose the Israelites as his servants to live as a light for the nation, for other people. Therefore, God promised to use the Israelites as a light of the world. Therefore, it was a covenant of God. In the same way, Jesus also calls us as his servants for other people. Jesus wants us to live as a light of the world for other people. Therefore, it is God's calling for us to live as a light of the world. Therefore, the light is our identity. However, we should not just remember our identities, but we should live it out as a light. Can you say it together one more time? Let your light shine. Let your light shine. Yes, we should let our light shine on other people. As Jesus mentioned in the way before, we should also do good works for other people for God's glory. Furthermore, we should remember the purpose of work. Once again. So what is the purpose of work? For example, Tim Keller, he mentioned the purpose. He said that the purpose of work is to create a culture that honors God and enables people to thrive. Likewise, he encouraged people to do good work for both God and other people in their lives. Therefore, as we are Jesus' followers, his disciples, we should serve other people by doing good works. For example, I want to share one Christian organization. It is called the Samaritan Purse. This organization made the event called OCC, Operation Christmas Child. So they ask people to bring their materials for the children. So each church or other organization gathers their materials for the children. Therefore, the Samaritan Purse gathers all the boxes and ships them to another nation for the children. However, they do not just give the gifts, but rather they do disciples making class for children. So they can know Jesus and learn about the Bible through the program. Yes, the Samaritan Purse does good works, not just for themselves, but for God's glory. Especially our Ordinary Church has participated in this event the last 2 years. Therefore, today, after we celebrate Thanksgiving with potluck event, and before we go home, we'll pack up boxes, and there are some gifts left from last year. So we will pick up the gift box first before we after we celebrate Thanksgiving, and I will bring this box to the office tomorrow. Likewise, we can give light to the children of those who are receiving the gift box as well. Especially as you're a Christian, living as a light in this world is our privilege. Therefore, we should give thanks to Jesus. We should give thanks to God who called us the light of the world. One more time, we should give thanks to Jesus. We should give thanks to God who called us the light of the world. Jesus is the light of the world. Give thanks to Jesus who calls us the light. Let your light shine. Can you say it together? Jesus is the light of the world. Give thanks to Jesus who calls us the light. Let your light shine. Amen.